Innovative.
Yes, sir. It's your boy Young LA, the real Young LA, and you know I'm right here with cool ass Cam. Ain't going and talk to him.
Yes, sir. Welcome to the WB Morning Show. Hope y'all ready for the wake and bake.
Hey man, if you didn't know, now you do know. We got the chopsticks, you know what I'm talking about, and we got the mimosa for the people in the back. That's a little brunch vibe. You get put the champagne with the orange juice, man. You know what I'm talking about? But we got a special guest in the house. Go and introduce yourself, Queen.
How you guys doing? My name is SJACQUIS Johnson. I am living here in Long Beach, but I'm from Atlanta, Georgia.
That part, the ATL.
Of course.
I didn't even know that. I thought you was from out here all this time.
Nah, I've been here 6 years.
Okay.
Yeah.
That's what's up. Shout out
Loving
to
it.
you. So what part of Atlanta you from?
Stone Mountain, Georgia.
Stone Mountain. I ain't
Yeah.
never even heard of that. I might have heard of it.
If you
but-
know, you know. Right
part.
off of Redan Road.
Okay, shout out to Redan Road.
Yeah,
You
grew
hear
up
me?
out there. I grew up in Alabama, Tuscaloosa,
That part.
Roll Tide.
See, these all the shit I didn't heard before, but I ain't never met nobody from there. She said Tuscaloosa.
Yeah,
I like
small
this-
town.
She
30 minutes from
representing that shit.
Birmingham.
Yeah, I just like to. I like to say that type of word, Tuscaloosa.
Tuscaloosa,
I wish I
yeah.
was from there. I'd be telling people all day I'm from Tuscaloosa.
It's
That
right
sounds like
outside of-
somewhere I want to visit.
Yeah, you
Like,
should. You
yeah.
should.
Yeah.
It's right outside of Birmingham. Go out there and visit all the, Black history stuff out there and stuff.
Oh, okay.
It's nice. It's
What
nice.
is it still kind of racist out there?
Yeah, very. That's why I left.
Oh, very.
Yeah.
That's why I
Damn.
left.
Maybe I don't, cause I'm hella black.
You want to go visit and
Oh, you just want to go
experience and
like on some museum vibe,
yeah,
and then get up out of there.
Yeah, get up out of there.
At nighttime, don't
Yeah.
play around.
Yeah, yeah. It's not as bad as like.
So what? Let's just. I mean, we wasn't gonna start like
Okay,
this.
yeah,
But we
yeah.
in here now. Just give us one like type of racism experience that happened out there that was just like I gotta get from out of here.
Okay, so one experience. I'm Black and I'm queer. So that's hand in hand. That's like being Black and being a man out here in LA. That's two strikes.
Yeah,
So
sure.
that's just. It's not. There's no sex stores. There's no LGBT parties. There's no queer anything. There's no liquor on Sundays.
Gotcha.
Like
So
you
it's
got to be
just
in the house by a certain time.
Hella church and super Christian type of
Yeah,
Catholic
if
vibes,
you
I
any
guess.
type of ratchet, you don't want to be.
Gotcha.
You trying to have exclusive fun.
So
No,
you just happen to be walking down somewhere, you and your significant other,
Yeah.
and they looking at you crazy or treating you
crazy,
super crazy.
The looks alone will make you feel like, oh, damn, like what I got on.
Some
like,
stuff
what?
you ain't even gotta say it. I be telling people that it's 80% body language. You ain't even gotta say nothing.
You meet somebody
We can
energy before
feel
you
it.
even meet them. He's
For
like,
sure.
dang.
So yeah, no, I'm glad you got out here and then got to shake that. I mean, it's still a little bit of different vibes depending on what city you go
Yeah,
in.
racism everywhere. It's right
Yeah,
next door.
But
you know?
still, it ain't like that though. That's
No,
cool. That's
no.
good.
And you just mind your business. That's all it is.
Yep. Stay out of people's way.
Yep.
Yep. That's cool. So I know you do a lot of things, but when I first met you, I know you was a model. So
Yeah.
let's talk about that. Well, how did you get into modeling?
So
Was that your first thing that you started doing? Is that your
here
first?
in LA,
Yeah.
when I first
Oh well,
moved here,
no,
I
we
was
talking
actually,
about as a kid. We going all the way back.
No, I never
Before-
wanted to model.
Oh.
No, this was never something I wanted, thought I
you-
would even achieve.
Look at God. He just tripped and fell in there and going crazy.
I went to support someone else at a photo shoot, and the photo shoot went well. We took some little cute pictures afterwards, just girly, cute pictures. And the guy was like, "Oh, you should model," and I'm like, "No, that's not my thing." Like at the time I was working at an architect firm. I'm book smart. That's my thing. I go to school, and. He was like, "No, you should do it." And I always struggle with self-esteem. I've always been the dark-skinned Black girl, nappy-headed, like I was never built up as a young Black woman, as a young Black girl. So I never looked at myself as a model, thinking you got to be a size 2 and you got to,
it's like a certain image they give us of what a model's supposed to be.
And I was totally opposite. I'm, growing up in the foster care system, I just never thought model for myself. So I ended up taking some pictures with the guy. He submitted them and hit me up and said that the pictures, they wanted to publish them. At the time, I didn't know what that meant, so I didn't do it.
Oh, okay. You said no.
No, because I didn't know where the pictures were going to be used.
Gotcha.
I
You
heard a
like,
lot
what does
about
that
modeling.
mean?
I'm
Yeah.
thinking it's a scam.
Yeah,
Like,
maybe
you don't
he
have my
might do
face on a
something crazy.
billboard.
Yeah.
Somewhere naked. Like, I'm like,
Yeah.
nah, I'm good.
Yeah.
So he hits me up a little bit later, and he's like, hey, I have another photographer that wants to work with you. Would you be willing to shoot with him? And I'm like, okay, well, what kind of shoot is it? And he said, it's just a regular shoot. You know, we have clothes. Cool. I went and did the shoot. Fast forward, the shoot got published. After that, I started getting phone calls like, hey, do you want to work with me? Can you do this? Can you do this? Can you do that? And it slowly just started, you know, part-timing it, weekending it, hustling it, like having fun. Like, okay, this is cool. It's easy for me. It was coming natural. I was getting gigs that other girls was like, damn, I've been trying to get into that. I'm meeting
like,
people and shaking.
That's like people be saying, you know, like how you a model if you never been published?
Right.
Your first gig, you published already.
Man, I've been published over 100 times. I've got so many magazines out.
That's great.
I've
That's
been
good
published
to hear.
here in Los Angeles, Atlanta, in Paris, in tons of magazines. But fast forward, I ended up hitting the runway for the first time. I did LA Fashion Week.
I think I seen you on one before too.
I hit the Fashion Week.
You was doing your thing.
Killing it. I never thought.
Had to get dressed fast and shit. It was all kind of stuff going
Everybody
on.
just running around, titties everywhere. You just like, what is going on? Like,
I'm like, damn, it was so many different like brands, so it was like different people working and like I said, just to see you switching clothes and y'all was doing everything, and it was like
amazing.
We walked in one room and I seen the gang. Oh nope, wrong way, boop. But yeah, no, I was cracking.
It's an experience for sure.
But it's dope though because I don't feel like I ever been to like a real one. I've been to different ones like upcoming brands, but that one was like where y'all was really doing
you got to come out now. Fast forward 5 years later, you got to come out to the shows now. You got to come out. They have artists that perform, rappers. It's turned into a different thing. Modeling is nothing near what it used to be. Black women, we're more encouraged these days to become models, to be there with our stretch marks and our Afrocentric hair and our dark skin and coming as we are. It's they're more open. You know, it's different.
So is it any models that you want to say that you looked up to when you was growing up?
You know what, I didn't. I never, like I said, modeling was never my thing.
Right.
So I can't sit here and say like, oh, I know this model and this model.
Gotcha.
I don't. Did I know Tyra Banks? Did
That's
I watch
the name I was thinking about,
America's Next Top Model?
Yeah,
but that was never
not even on that.
Never
just,
seen
we
myself.
Watching it just like
I was thinking like, how can I style those models?
Gotcha.
You know, that was more my mindset. I always wanted to be a stylist, a designer, a set designer. You know, like I never seen myself.
Are you able to bring your style into the modeling, or do they
Hell
just give you? Okay.
Now, yes. Before, no. Which is why now I've switched out of modeling on the runway and becoming more behind the scenes. Now I'm coordinating shows. Now I'm helping coordinate LA Fashion Week. I went to Japan. I just got back from Japan. I did coordinating for Japan Fashion Week. I went to Nigeria. I went to Alaska. So now I'm like working more behind the scenes. Exactly where I seen myself when I first started modeling. I always said, you know, I'm going to use this as my stepping stone to get where I want to go. Modeling was never where I wanted to be, but I seen it.
The end result.
I seen where it could take me.
Pursuit.
I seen what doors it was opening and how people would greet me versus me being the model that they're greeting versus me being the businesswoman they were greeting.
So right now, I just noticed you got on 2 different earring styles. Did it come like that, or that's how you dripping it on?
Nah, this earring actually came from here in LA. It's a downtown shop called Shades of Africa. It's in Long Beach.
Okay.
And this I got from Lagos, Nigeria, just recently when I was out there visiting.
Yeah, drip on them then.
Yeah, always.
I got this from,
Yeah, and then at the bottom, you know, I got my own jeans on that I made myself. My brand is called Ego. It stands for Energy, Gifts, Opportunities. The energy you give in life is what you get back in life. So I always got to, you know, rock your own drip, of course.
That's fire. So yeah, name some of the different spots you done been to. I know you travel a lot. Like when I was calling you to make sure you was here, because I like to just do my business and schedule it. Hey, you gonna be able to make it tomorrow? And when you didn't answer, I'm like, wow, I know you'll call me back because you're a businesswoman. But at the same time, I'm thinking, what if she in Africa or something right now? It could be crazy. But yeah, name some of the different spots. I know you passport.
But yes, for sure. And I want to advise everybody to get their passport. Everybody in the Black community should be trying to get their passport, get your visas, get anything you can to every other country that you can other than here in the States. As Black people, we need to start researching that. You can get your passport if you're on EBT, if you're on the county, don't be ashamed. You can get your passport for your child right now for free. Don't let people think because you're on the county you don't get benefits. There's a lot of things you can do right now and use your EBT to help you get out of this country right now.
Come on now.
You know? But yeah, so I've gone to Nigeria, to Lagos, Nigeria. I wanted to go to the motherland, of course, and see where our roots, our ancestors, where we come from, where we've been through. Japan I've been to, which is a different type of place to go to, super clean. I went to Osaka. It was amazing. I coordinated Fashion Week there, met an amazing team. Shout out to Underrated, which is the designer here in LA that got me started. And he was one of the first designers I walked for here in Los Angeles and in Miami Fashion Week. Shout out to Underrated. He's a amazing black man here in the streets doing his thing. And he put me on with a team in Japan, and I flew out there and I was able to coordinate and walk in the show, and it was tremendously a blessing just to see things happen.
How did the crowd and everybody take this?
You know what? Going to Japan, I felt welcomed. I didn't feel like an outsider. I can go places here in LA and feel more uncomfortable than when I walked in the downtown train station. They came up to me. They were like, "Oh, you look amazing. Do you need help?" You know, they were very, very welcoming. They asked me lots of questions. If you were willing to learn,
language barrier?
You know what? After being there for a while, you didn't realize it because they were so just ready to help and just ready to be of help to you. You was just like, dang. Like if you look up, use your what do you call it? Your translator.
Yeah.
And they seen that you were trying to help and do something. They would just let you know, like, oh, this is how you say it. This is how you do it.
Gotcha.
You know what I'm saying? So I felt welcomed. I didn't feel like I had to look over my shoulder. I didn't feel like the person next to me had to hold their purse. They leave their purses and their kids on the sidewalks in their strollers while they eat dinner inside. You go to the mall, they have cubbies where you can put your purse and put it down while you shop in the mall. You know what I'm saying? Like a 2% crime rate in Japan.
Super different.
So I felt amazing.
Different.
You know what I'm saying? Alaska.
Leave your purse.
And there was black people.
2% crime.
2%.
No, that's what I heard. Yeah, for sure.
And it's clean.
I seen different, like I be watching YouTube and stuff, and I seen people like walking around China late at night showing how they went to 7-Eleven, how they had some shit turn something to slushy immediately and all kind of different stuff. And you know what?
All the food there was amazing. I didn't have stomach problems, digestive issues. It wasn't worried about dairy products, sugars. There was no candy section, cereal sections. I learned a lot. Going to Nigeria, it was the same way. There, a lot of the food that we have here, they didn't have there. You would have to have it mailed before you get there to have it.
It's almost banned.
Because it's like we're not supposed to be eating it. I consumed so much new food while I was out there, and just understood that coming here, I realized as soon as I got back day one, what did I want? A burger and fries. Stomach was toe up because they don't serve that kind of stuff. Juice wise, they only got water, tea, and orange juice.
Did you try the what's it called? The stuff where you grab, it's like a white little fufu.
Yes, I did try fufu. It was amazing. Everything in Nigeria is spicy. So if you like spicy food, you're gonna love Nigerian food. Lagos was.
You eat with your hands a lot out there too, huh?
I mean, well, they ate with their hands a lot out there. You know, like shout out to my nail tech, nailed by Nisha. You know, she keep me straight. It can't be with my hands. You know. but no, it was amazing. The food was authentically just grown. All the food was grown right out the garden. You went right out. The market was outside. You went out there and picked your vegetables.
That part.
Hands down, the best food I ever had. Lagos is amazing. I'm going to Ghana in a couple months, so we're gonna see how that is.
How that go?
Yeah, I think that's gonna be my move area.
She relocating to Ghana.
Or invest in some property. One or the other.
All of the above. How about it?
And not or lifestyle, you know? And not or.
Yeah, that's tight. So let's talk about the clothing line. I didn't even know you had a clothing line.
Yeah, so I have a brand. Like I said, it's called EGO. EGO stands for Energy, Gifts, Opportunities. The energy you give in life is the opportunities you makes you receive in life. You know, so
and twist ego into a good thing.
Exactly.
Ego is kind of a bad
thing. And my brand is to fit every ego, no matter what kind of ego you have. Men, women, children, older people, elders. I have anything for everybody, and all my clothes come from previously loved items. So maybe thrift stores, maybe you had an old tank top or you had a hoodie you didn't want. We can upcycle it into something else that you would like. Maybe you want to make it into a purse or a hat, or you know what I'm saying, anything that you want, we can upcycle that and make it into something new. So that's fly. That's what I do.
So what's some of the, like, let's say, like, what's one of the craziest upcycles you did so far?
All right, so I did jacket. I ended up giving this jacket actually to Tory Lanez.
Free Tory Lanez.
Yeah, hey, you know, we're just not gonna talk about that.
That part.
So I did a blazer. I took 2 jeans and a hat and distressed it, took it apart, put it back together, and made it into basically it's just like it was a long sleeve. The sleeve was barreled out.
Right.
Jean jacket. The sleeves was the hat cut in half. That was the pockets. It was dope.
crazy.
It was something creative, and
Yeah.
he didn't know what he wanted. I didn't know what I wanted to do. I was able to just put some things together and be creative as I wanted
Did
to.
you
So I
use it
love
for like
that.
a photo shoot or like a concert? Or what?
I was shooting for a reality TV show at the time, and he was doing a concert event, and I was wearing one of my own jackets that I made, and he loved it, and he just said, I would love something like that.
Gotcha.
And so I just kind of went off of the concept I already had.
Got you and made something for him.
It was amazing.
That's dope.
Yeah.
And would you that day that you met him, you never thought you was gonna see him, and it just happened like that?
You know what? I won't say I never thought I would see him. God blesses me.
Well, I'm talking about at that event.
I knew he was going to be there.
Okay.
I
Got
knew
you.
I would have the opportunity to meet
Got you.
him, but what I threw on was by mistake. I had on something that was skimpy and it was cold, and I had the jacket in the back, so I just threw the jacket on top,
Got
you
you.
know? But
Got
God
you.
works in mysterious ways. Nothing happens by mistake.
You
know
staying
what I'm saying?
warm, it gave him the drip that he
Right.
wanted
See,
to
I shouldn't have
get.
been a hoochie mama that night. That's all that was.
That part. I see the Aquarius chain. I guess that really means something to you. I mean, not I guess, because it does mean something. And
It does. It
go
doesn't
on and
mean-
break it down what it means. I see you let them know. So
Yeah, of course.
I'm a
I love
Scorpio, too.
Aquarius.
I'm proud to be a Scorpio,
You
so-
know what? We get along as friends, but we could never ever be in a relationship.
respectfully.
I'm too sensitive. You too aggressive.
My grandma is Aquarius, so
Y'all best friends?
yeah. That's
See,
my
that's
dog.
what I said.
But now,
I could be
trying to
best
be
friends
in
with a
love, I don't
Scorpio.
think so, because I
Nah.
know how she love. She need a certain type of man that love her like that.
Yeah.
And I would be the same thing.
We had to put. We be in jail.
Yeah, no, we
Yeah.
ain't even gonna do that
Yeah,
because
see?
we ain't. That's too far.
That's why you just
when the
know about
police
yourself.
come, we didn't went too far.
Yeah, no, we can't be doing
You know
that.
what I'm talking about? So
Don't call
we
the
already-
police on our black
Yes,
men. No, we can't do that. Just walk away before that
Somebody, I tell people this too. When they call domestic violence, somebody going to jail because they got to get somebody away from somebody.
And
So
it's
they
not
gon-
always the man that needs to
when they
go.
look at scars and still, if you scratched up and she not, it might not. But whatever the case, I'm just saying, don't call because somebody got to go.
Somebody. But well,
That's
you know
it.
what? Shout out to our black men, because you guys are the backbone to our black women, whether we want to admit it or people don't realize it, whether we here to keep you guys built up or not. We could not do a lot of things without you guys. You know what I'm
Respectfully.
saying? Like, shout out to our black men. You
yeah,
guys are out here doing it.
I'll
just
try
like
not
we
to get
are. You
into
feel
it with
me?
the queens. But in the worst case scenario, go on and walk away, man.
Man.
You ain't got to go back and forth. You
We
know
are
what?
in control of
Just
our
all you
own
gotta say
actions.
is you're right.
Yeah, you control your
And
own
get
actions.
on up out of there.
That's all that
you know
is.
what I'm talking about?
But
So,
back to
yeah.
this Aquarius gang that we
Yeah,
just,
go
you know,
ahead, put on for
we
y'all.
just got out of the Aquarius gang. You know, we're in the Pisces seasons right
Mm-hmm.
now. My son is a Pisces. Shout out to my son
Shout
Elijah.
out to your son, Elijah.
He's gonna be 18.
Oh, that's with Tupac. That just made me think
yeah,
about that.
he's-
My,
yes,
my
yes.
godson, Elijah.
Yes, he is gonna be 18 next week.
Oh, that's what's
you
up.
know, amazing black man in this world.
That's right.
Great student, baseball athlete.
That's right.
He's graduating in May, graduating high school.
That
so
part.
I did my due diligence in the
Hello.
world. You know, raised me a
Hello.
good black man.
That's right.
So, but yeah, so I'm Aquarius. We're very free spirited, open, honest, to the point. You know, like we're loyal
Yeah.
at a fault.
No
Too damn
girls.
loyal.
Yeah, for sure.
But you know what? I don't have a lot of enemies. I don't have a lot of people that I can walk in a room and people have anything bad to say. Once I meet you once, you're going to remember me. I'm going to always have the same energy when you met me the first
That
time. You're
part.
going to meet me 10 years later. It's going to be the same energy.
energy.
You feel me? Just a different year. But I'm open. I am a very quirky and fun person. I'm always out doing something. I like to be outside.
You know what? You know how to describe yourself very well. Sometimes when I ask people, tell people about yourself, and then they just, you was going,
Oh yeah, I know me.
That's
You know
tight,
what?
though, man.
I
Keep
was
going,
single for a
shit.
long time. I dated myself,
That part.
so I could teach the next person
Come
how
on,
to
man.
date me. You know, so I
Come
took
on
these
now,
last
that's
few
some good
years to
game.
get to know me real good, and me and
That's some
myself,
good
we
game.
Yeah,
like
to
this,
find
we
out
like
what you
this.
like and what you
You
don't
know?
like.
That's some good game.
We locked in, and no, not on no like braggadocious shit, but
Nah.
I really took my time. I got tired of being brokenhearted and breaking hearts, you feel me, and not understanding why, and leaving other people in shambles, and you have to really reflect and understand like what your purpose is here in life.
Come on, look
you
at
feel
you.
me? And it took me a minute to just sit here and realize like, yo, you not the shit like you think you are. Like, you gonna have to get it together. And I took a few years, and I ain't gonna lie, like, I'm my best me right now. I've been living my best life, and I love who I've become, honestly, for real.
I didn't know you had some love bars for it. This is good bars, so let's go.
It's been love.
Can you give us some top 5 things to do, like if you single and you starting to feel depressed and lonely, and what are these top 5 things you could do that could get you out of that little state and get you back to that jittery and hey?
Number one thing, I'll say you need to start praying. And don't pray like, oh Lord, talk to whoever you talk to like it's your friend, and just for real let them know like what you going through and your truth. This is who I am. This is what I would love to change about myself. These are my characters. These are my downfalls. Lay it flat like a doormat. Yeah, like don't ask for can you do this? Can you do this? Can you do this? And you don't got no action behind it. You're not reading no books. You're not trying to go back and apologize for old things that you've done. You know, so you gotta really put action to your words. I really would say you just really gotta become one with whoever you pray to, whoever you love, whoever your God is. Become one with that person.
That's a great number one.
Second, I would say become one with yourself. Become honest with yourself. Become real that you're a liar. Become real that you're a sneaky person. Become real that you're not authentic to who you are. Like,
so when people's telling you about it, you ain't got to be trying to act like it ain't.
Because you can point out your flaws quicker than anybody else.
You smell you musty before anybody else.
You know, ain't no reason to put no body spray over that.
Hello.
Just go in there and take a bath.
Come on,
you know, wash and put a little soap under there and you good.
You go. That's how
so be honest with yourself, for real. Sure. Like, for real, come to the conclusion that all my relationships have this in common when it comes to me. All my relationships or my friendships or my partnerships or my family ships, what are the roles that I've played in this where things have not worked? Sis. Everything's not somebody else's fault. When you start realizing you're no longer the victim of every situation, and start realizing the roles that you're playing in things, you start realizing who you are and who you can actually become.
You can't be the fake victim.
And when you change, you don't got to tell people you changed. You know what I'm saying? People just start seeing the real, authentic person you are. And it's like, damn, sis, I remember when you used to be like this. You know what I'm saying? You ain't even got to tell them.
When you know about something, it ain't no habit, it ain't no accident no more. You know about it now.
People see your growth without you having to tell people, hey, I changed, I grew.
That part.
People, you don't got to say that. You are a walking billboard for yourself.
Come on now.
People will see.
Everybody watching too.
Hey, you know what I realized? The slogan that stood out to me, real recognize real.
Hello.
People used to say that so much, and it used to be like, oh yeah, because I'm a real bitch and you a real bitch, so I reckon no. It's really about when you really start seeing people like, damn, have you ever had a conversation with somebody and looking at them just like, this nigga is just, you don't even know who he is, just lying. Like,
are you trying to sell
real recognize real when it's like,
sell something to me?
Yeah, you trying to convince
me? Yeah.
Real recognize real is just somebody authentically being themselves, realizing like, damn, this nigga right here know who the fuck he is.
Come on, like, man, because it ain't too many of us. So when you run into it, you gonna be like, oh yeah, no, this is what it is right here. Yeah, it's real. It's real. Recognize real. I know shit from sugar now. Hello, I tell a nigga fast.
Piss on my head, tell me it's rain.
Hello.
Okay.
Come on, good game.
Yeah, nah. And then what else would I say you should do? I say
go
back. Number 3, go back and right your wrongs. Even the wrongs that people may not have known that you've done to them. Things that stick out to your mind. We all have guilty mindsets. Things that always have stuck out like, damn, I wish I would have never done that. Go back and right wrongs. Write letters to the people that you may not be able to apologize to. Write the letter. Burn the letter. Get out truths. I
got the concept of JT, the bigger fucker, he called it getting your dirt off your boots. So niggas that's stuck in and you got your boots dirty, you could pay homage to the somebody less fortunate, pay it forward. It don't gotta be even back to the people you did, because you know niggas be too hard going back. Got pride, so
pay it forward.
Do it to somebody else and do it forward. It don't even gotta be backwards. Fuck it, the past is the past, bygones is bygones. But now somebody else, you just gonna help them just on the fact that you know you done fuck some shit up in the past.
Yes.
That part.
You said it exactly right. Number 4, I would say.
You got bars though.
Teach what you've started to learn.
Hello.
You know, don't gatekeep. Anything that has helped me get healed along the way and has helped me open up and be a better person, be a more real bitch, a more honest person. I used to be a bad liar. I used to lie a lot because I was too afraid of who I really was not being enough.
That part.
You know what I'm saying? I wasn't built up enough when I was younger, so I felt like,
off the dribble.
I had to build a fake lifestyle. I had to build this facade of who I thought people would like, not realizing like, damn, bitch, you cool, you good enough. Like, people gonna fuck with you regardless.
Facts.
But it took me a long time to learn how to really be myself. Or they're not gonna fuck
with you.
And that's okay. And you gotta be okay with that.
Talk about that.
It's okay. It's all right if you're not my friend.
Everybody is not gonna like you, and that's cool. Cause I'd rather you figure that out and we figure it out, and we just say
But if
what's
we
up
just
and get
honestly,
out each
if you
other
go
way.
back to rule 2, if you be honest with yourself, you would know that when you first meet somebody.
That part.
You know, when you date somebody in the first 2 days, they them couple dates, whether you could be with that person or not, but you overlook a lot of things because you see their potential, because you're not being honest with yourself and realizing this is how they're showing up.
Ladies that do that for a little free play. Y'all just want a little red lobster.
You know what I'm
day.
saying?
You
but
look over all that so you get some free food.
But if you was more honest with yourself, there's a lot of
Another
people that you wouldn't be friends
game
with.
is when you got people you love and you're around them, when you learn something, you need to let them learn it. So when certain shit happens, you be like, man, you stupid motherfucker. And nigga, they never even had a chance to learn that concept, so they won't get the chance to be.
We all learn at different rates. We all go through things at different times. I didn't experience death till I was in my 30s. You know what I'm saying? I never been to a funeral. I never experienced
I was about to say that might have been a good thing, but then on the backside, it might be bad, because by the time you get in there, it'd be like, what the hell? And really take it hard. And, it's kind of like a common thing, even though it's not so common.
Yeah, it was hard. It was harder for me to be empathetic with people in that way because I never experienced that type of pain.
And I lost my pops at 11, so I'm the exact opposite.
And my pops just live right here in Long Beach in LA.
Hey man,
you know what I'm saying?
I tell a nigga, go pull up on that nigga and give him a hug.
All the time. We just talking about planning a fishing trip now.
Yeah, all that good stuff. That shit matter. We on number 4. You got one more.
All right, so number 5, I would say after all of that, living your truth. Live your real you. Live who this person that you have come to learn and love and adore and appreciate. Live that person wholeheartedly without any question, without any hesitation, without any
no cares.
Anything. Just live. You know what I'm saying? I really be living my life. I don't care what nobody say.
When you put your outfit on, you can't let somebody, why that nigga, this
Nah,
is what
put it on.
is.
Hey, I tell people all the time, if you feel like putting on a 3-piece suit today, that's how you woke up feeling, my nigga, do it.
I want to play basketball at a 3-piece. Nigga, get cracked again. That's how I felt.
Today I might be in heels and a skirt. Tomorrow I'll be in a suit and a hat and some Stacey Adams.
You got that inner child still.
You never know. You never
see kids
know.
Sunday, they just wake up and want to put their Spider-Man suit on.
And then the first thing when somebody say, where you going?
That's a perfect example right there, though. You feel me? Like with the energy you wake up with that day.
Yeah.
They say stop saving stuff for
what?
A special occasion. Every day, that day that you wake up in a good mood could be that special occasion.
Just imagine if you did this for 7 days. Yep. If every day you woke up for 7 days and dressed how you really felt, even if it was like, nigga, I felt like pajamas. If I felt like a suit, I felt like putting on. If you did that for 7 days, imagine the way people would interact with you outside.
Los Angeles is a tough place to just put on whatever you want to.
I
know what you said.
You can do that in LA. This is the place to do it. This is the place of everyone being a different person. That's why I love LA. It's what I love about being here, honestly.
That's right.
You could be yourself here. You can.
That's right.
Especially now with everybody like being a content creator and things like that. Yeah. Now they out there getting reactions and shit. They doing it with a purpose.
I got an Unk chain too. For the people in the background, what does the Unk mean?
So this was a gift to me. Do I want to tell everybody what it means? No, because I don't know the back history of everything. I didn't purchase this myself. It was a gift given to me. But if you know everything, please, I'm willing to learn.
Well, it's like it's supposed to be the women. It showed the women and then the man, so it's merged together as one. Then it's like this is supposed to be like our original cross from back in the day.
Back in the day.
Yeah,
Okay,
so,
I heard similar, but you
something
know,
to that
I speak
extent.
what I know. I don't know the background about that.
you know,
But that's why I'm
same for me,
traveling
too.
right now, trying to get
I got
get the
it as a
history.
gift as well too. So
Yeah.
it's the same play, but that's the knowledge that I got. And you know,
Well, pass
we
it
all
on.
grew up with the cross.
Yeah.
And to a certain extent, you know, people when you start growing up,
You start
learning
knowing
about religion and getting deeper.
You know, I just celebrated Kwanzaa for the first time this year.
That's dope.
That was my first time really getting a true understanding of what Kwanzaa was. I always thought that was a white man holiday that we was not supposed to talk about
Right.
because it was in
And
question
it's
of
really the
God. And-
reverse.
yeah, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So as you get older and you really start learning what things are.
The crazy part is my grandmama was the person, like, she the Aquarius, but she named my mom, her middle name is Yuji, and that's one of the days in the Kwanzaa, so she always kind of like
Kinda
celebrated it.
I love
she
that.
always wear her African with the same type of hat with the whole
Yeah,
get
I'm
down, and
definitely
she always
tapping
been
into
on that, though.
myself and my background and my ancestors and my heritage so much more. Like
And you
just
done
really
been to
learning.
you done been to the motherland too, so you didn't really soaked it up.
Hey,
It's
I'm
a
gonna
lot
go to
different,
Ghana.
too.
I'm gonna come back and I'm gonna really give y'all some tea. I got a lot of tea to give you about Nigeria because I want y'all to really get into understanding how cheap the real estate is and
Right.
how you can get your visas and become, you know, really become what you need to become in other countries versus here. But when I get back, for
on
real.
a bigger level, they always kind of play like the dirt and the huts out there.
Yeah, nah.
I'm not gonna lie, I'm a real ghetto nigga. One of my godfather, he had married an African woman, and she was part of our family. My auntie, shout out to my auntie, and I couldn't wait till when we got real cool so I
Yeah.
could pull her to the side and ask her, like, and she laughed like a motherfucker, called her other brother, because you know I was for real ghetto and it
Yeah,
wasn't
you don't
harmless.
know.
I'm harmless. I ain't trying to say it to be bad. When you
but
know,
we only know what they talk.
but when they
taught
start
us.
showing me the videos and shit, I'm like, oh, this motherfucker nice as hell. It's malls
it's
and
got a little bit of
sports
everything.
cars and shit.
It's got a little bit of everything. You can be in a nice part of Nigeria. I was in Lagos.
Yeah,
in
that's the only
heart.
thing.
It's not that.
It's
like
either
that.
rich or poor.
Yeah, it's
It
not
ain't
that.
no big-
It's not that in Lagos. It's not like that. It was a
Okay.
very big poverty level there.
Oh,
It's
okay.
crazy. It's amazing, but it's not safe for people to go. It's why you can't just go there. It's not
Right.
that people don't realize. But
Sounds
Lagos,
like LA.
well, but people can just come to LA. You can't just go to Lagos, Nigeria. You have to be invited. You have to have a letter. You have to get shots. You have to
wow.
get a visa. There's a lot of
Yeah.
things you have to do.
No,
to
yeah.
get
When you get
there.
to traveling, it be serious in certain
Yeah, they don't
countries.
play.
They don't want you bringing no diseases and shit
They don't
from
want
there
you
from
coming.
America.
They don't want you to
really
come.
don't want. They're giving you a whole obstacle course for you
To
to
get-
just say,
yes.
all right, I don't even want to go
yes,
no more.
Yes.
You feel me? By the
All
time you do all that, they like, all right, we're
that's why
glad
it's
you made
easier
it,
to
my
get
sister.
to certain
Glad you made
places.
it.
We're glad you made it,
Yeah.
my sister. You've made it. You here.
But and how long are you here?
So let's talk about some of the
Yeah,
good
that
food, because
part.
I remember before when we was getting started, you said something about a soul food spot in Nigeria or was it in China or something.
No. Okay, so I was joking when I said soul food in Nigeria.
Oh, girl,
but
you
do
had me
they
going.
have food that's good food out there?
Yeah.
Everything is good. They cook a lot of goats and a lot of turkey. They don't do a lot of pork at all. They didn't have a lot of beef, but a lot of turkey. Everything was spicy, jollof, all 10 different types of rice,
Yeah.
potatoes. There was no like steak and eggs, and they don't do breakfast. They said breakfast is not a meal for the day because it's a waste. It's not something that keeps you fulfilled. They're all about eating something that keeps you full long, and breakfast doesn't do that, so they don't eat breakfast. They get up and they eat potatoes. What you would eat for lunch or dinner is what they eat for breakfast.
Starch.
Yeah, like food.
Protein.
They need some. Yeah, they
Yeah.
don't.
Ain't all
We
that
got
though.
up and made breakfast for them one day, and they was looking at us like,
No.
They said, "What is this?" They did not know what smothered potatoes was.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? They was looking
Yeah.
at like eggs, like what you eating that for? Like, why is it not fried in something? You know.
Yeah.
So, but the food was amazing. I love the food there. I love the food in Japan. Alaska had fresh everything, fresh
That's right.
fish, everything. We caught everything in the lake. You know, we went fishing, went and hunted.
You was out
deer.
there? You
Oh
put
man!
your little bait on the end and
oh,
all
yeah.
that?
Oh, I got
you get
videos.
cracking?
Oh yeah, I was out
Don't
there.
say that.
Body was sore and everything. I
Yeah.
was catching fish. We
That
hunted
part.
deer. We stayed out in the woods for
Hey,
7
hey,
days.
you hunt what you eat. You eat what you
And
get.
we did.
You know
And
what I'm
we
talking
did.
about?
It was my first time having deer straight out the woods. Like,
How
for
was
real.
that?
Damn.
It was good. It had a tenderloin.
A tenderloin. nigga.
Yeah.
Deer tenderloin.
Yes, a
Deer-
12-year-old
deer
shot
pork
it
chop.
in
How was it cooked? Like how
on
do
an
you
open fire.
On an open flame.
On an open fire, and they only use salt and pepper.
That part.
like a rotisserie or do they
Just like
No.
flipping it on a little grill on
Yeah,
an open
regular,
fire.
like
we
a
was
burger.
camping. We camped. We literally
And they
camped
only
in the woods.
sea salt and real.
It was
black
cold.
pepper.
We actually got high tide. The water got too high and froze, and we got stuck out there. So we had to wait till the water melted a little bit.
That's what I call having too much fun.
Yeah, it was. We was living
I'm
real
ready
Alaskan.
to go home now.
Now, when I travel, I try to live the lifestyle of where I'm traveling to. So I don't stay in luxury hotels. I don't. You know what I'm saying? Like when I travel because I'm traveling for work mostly because I do shore coordinating, and then I started my own travel nanny agency. Show coordinating. So I coordinate fashion shows for Fashion Week. Exactly. That's where I was in Japan, LA. And then I do travel nanny services for single moms. So I do a travel nanny where I'm always traveling. But these things I use to see where I'm going to move to. You know what I'm saying? I go to learn about the different cultures and the experience, and I live how they're going to live. I don't go get a hotel.
You're not going out there trying to be a tourist.
No. I went to Hawaii. I stayed in a tree house.
Immerse yourself in the culture.
In a tree
in
house?
a tree house when I stayed in Hawaii. I didn't stay in a hotel. Hard. Yeah, hey, I'm gonna experience every kind of experience I can. If
That's
you know, you gotta live.
The world is big.
Yeah, you know what I learned?
Sleep in a tree house or something, man.
Do something that's gonna be uncomfortable. You know what I'm saying?
I try to do it every so often.
Push yourself.
You live in the uncomfortable.
You
be jumping off of planes and skydiving and all that crazy shit.
That's not.
Hold it down.
Hold on.
Hold it down. Hold it down. That's crazy.
I ain't jumping off no plane. I got a fear of heights I'm trying to get over. So I think I'm trying to go. Is it called parasailing? Yeah. Where you're up in the air. Okay, so that's gonna be my first try to get over the fear of heights type of thing to do.
A Dorito in the sky.
Yeah, I don't know about the height thing. So even though I stay on the plane, but
I see you at the Battle of the Bands on a big screen. I looked up. I said, I know her. I know her.
Battle of the Bands
I tried to hurry
amazing.
up and clap it for you because we family. I know you need that.
So many people told me.
And by the time that motherfucker was out of there.
So many people called me at that moment like, you're on the screen, but I missed it. But it's cool. I'm blessed to just even be seen at certain moments. You know what I'm saying? So I love it.
There was a million people trying to get on that motherfucker doing their little dance. I don't even know what y'all was doing, but I looked up like, look at you.
We was having a good time. Battle of the Bands originated in Atlanta, Georgia. And I grew up seeing those type of shows, and people out here never really understood what that's about. You know what I'm saying? Going to a HBCU college or even just going to the shows that are at a black college. Yeah. For that to come to LA, that was
out here,
big.
It's crazy because at the black college expos, it always be fights and shit.
Yeah.
Niggas be trying to go. You got to go early, get your shit and get out.
And I heard there was a little,
rumble in the jungle.
Something.
We ain't gonna put
but you can't stop you can't stop no show. It's cool.
Yeah, but I ain't gonna lie. My sister was really supposed to go, and she ended up saying she wasn't gonna make it. Yeah. And she just like, man, the ticket's about to waste. And I was just like, I'll shoot you the money, and we end up going. So I wasn't really tripping on there. I went up and got a little food, watched that mother, and I'm like, oh, it's cracking. There was different bands. One of them ones I think was going crazy. I hate to say the wrong thing. I think it was Alabama though. But
Alabama.
It was certain people. I was like, oh, now this one is hard.
Yeah,
I'm fucking with it.
Alabama and Texas was showing out.
Yeah, that was hard. That was hard. It was a lot of good black people. You could see the vibe.
Yeah, the community came out.
Graduated from colleges, was there with they colors on and shit.
Everybody was showing out,
screaming,
all the sororities, and that was lit. That was a good, amazing time for Inglewood. You know what I'm saying? And I love Inglewood. Shout out to Inglewood. So, I have my residency is in Inglewood at Sip and Sonder. It's a black-owned tea and coffee shop. Off Market Street. Yeah, it's amazing. It's a black-owned. You guys got to go out there, stop out there, and get some tea or some coffee. I have a business called Cork Energy. Every Wednesday from 11 to 3, we're at Sip and Sonder, and it's just a community-based event for people like ourselves, entrepreneurs, people in the black and brown community, to have a space to come to bring your laptop or your computer and just work and listen to some bomb-ass music, some vibes, and it's an area for us where you go to Starbucks, you kind of with your headphones in, everybody's in their individual like little space, but at Sip and Sonder, you're able to sit and vibe with other like-minded people and build a community. You sit across from someone, you never know what they're doing, but all you know is everybody in there is black, and we're all entrepreneurs, we're all doing something, and you don't have to wear headphones because they're playing vibey music. The ambiance is
right
great.
Where you need to be.
You're more likely to sit and get to know your neighbor and get to know someone that maybe you can use in your business and become your next business partner. You know what I'm saying? So shout out to Sip and Sonder for allowing Cork to have a residency there. We're forever grateful.
That's right. Before we go, I want to talk about Atlanta versus LA. Not in a bad way, in a good way.
All right.
Name some of the good stuff in LA meaning Atlanta that you miss, and name some of the stuff in, like in LA that if you was living in Atlanta you would miss from LA.
So, one thing I can compare that comes to the two is the hustle. Everybody in Atlanta is we hustle, we grind. If you come to LA, what I learned is if you're not gonna hustle and grind, you're gonna get left behind.
You ain't gonna even make it out
here.
The
homelessness out here is top tier because you come out here and you're either gonna make it or you're gonna fail, and you can't come out here and be lazy.
Yeah.
I grew up and I grind my whole life. I've been working forever. You feel me? No matter how I look or what I look like, I grew up in the streets.
Yeah.
So I'm always looking for my 6 streams of income, entrepreneur style. I'm not trying to work for anybody. You know what I'm saying? At all times, I'm always going to work for myself. So what I can realize is the hustle between both areas is amazing. I love seeing the hustle. There's a lot of money to be made in LA. You just got to look up and talk to your neighbor and ask questions. One thing I miss about Atlanta and I miss about just Georgia in general is hospitality. I'm a person
that's heard about that Southern hospitality.
Man, I go places and I speak to everybody like, hey, how you doing?
When you say I'm from Atlanta, they understand. But when you from LA, they be like,
and most of the time I don't even got to say it. People just ask me, where you from? Because I talk too damn much. That's why I'm too friendly. I'm too friendly.
I ain't gonna lie. Is this a myth? Let me know. Is this real?
Okay.
They say you could just be talking to meet somebody and they be like, hey, come to my house and eat lunch.
Yes.
And they just cook.
I am that way. Yes. I have an open door policy. I definitely have an open door policy at my house. My friends and family can come in and out as much as we want. If I meet a neighbor, I don't meet a stranger. You feel me? If you meet a stranger, you should never meet a stranger is what they say. You should never meet a stranger. If you meet someone, that person should become your friend. That's your brother and sister in Christ. You feel me? So
tight.
In Georgia,
say that again one more time.
You just should never meet a stranger.
Nobody's a stranger.
Nobody
you
is
just
a stranger.
Never met them, basically.
Everybody.
That makes sense.
Anytime you meet someone, there should never be a stranger after you meet them. You know what I'm saying? We are here, billions of people in the world, and all of us are struggling with feeling by ourselves and feeling alone and feeling inadequate.
All about the people.
But it's because we as people have been taught to walk with our heads down and walk in silence and not speak, and we're so afraid. We have to start walking with our head up and just speaking to the people around us. You never know what your next brother or sister walking past you is even going through. But if you just looked up and say, hey, how you doing today? You could have just saved their life. They could be going home to commit suicide because they don't feel seen.
Yeah, they could pray.
You know what I'm saying?
If somebody don't say hi to me on the way home from this, I'm finna do it all.
Imagine how much better you would feel if at least 1 or 2 of your neighbors, you knew them, and here and there, if you was outside mowing your lawn or just smoking a cigarette, they came and just chatted with you for a minute. Or if something was happening to your house, your neighbor could call and tell you because you guys know each other or at least had a conversation before.
That's what make it a neighborhood.
You know, like we've lost that.
Without no neighbor, you just live in the hood.
I'm just saying, after the 80s and 90s, I don't know about the rest of what's going to happen to them. You know what I'm saying? After the 80s, 90s babies, like we were there. Nobody's taught how to build community. We're not raised by our grandmothers anymore. You know what I'm saying? We're not meeting up for family outings. We're not going to barbecues. You know, like our generation is not stepping up and taking the reins on keeping the families together. Like we're losing that.
All you can do is raise your kids to the most part.
But it's not. That's not all we can do. We got that mindset of like that's all we can do, but we can do more. If just like we all just came together this morning here at this podcast,
you know what?
You can get your aunties and your sisters and your mama together one time a month on Sundays. Because then what happened when they gone? Now we like, damn, I wish we seen them. I wish this. But you don't got to wish. All you got to do is do. You got to just make some action. We plan to go to the club. You feel me? We plan to meet up at the club. We got group chats to go to this place, to go to that place. But we're not putting that much energy into doing things with our family because we don't have that instilled in us anymore.
I ain't gonna lie. I probably had like 1 or 2 family reunions in my whole life. We just everybody ended up being.
We used to be cousins. Cousins used to sleep on the floor in beanbags and fucking big ass white T-shirts. It didn't matter who came over with what, who brought what. We used to be in the living room. You feel me?
Get in where you fit in.
Yeah,
scoot
like,
over,
and
nigga,
it's not that
give
way.
Me some of that.
Now we too busy comparing and trying to be better than the next person, including our own family, our mamas, our cousins. Like we got to get out of that and understand that. Not only do we only have one life to live, but so does your mom, so does your sister, so does your cousin. We all only got one life to live. So you can't just live your life. You got to live their life, your sister life, your cousin life. Stop putting it out there where it's like we only responsible for ourselves. No, we are responsible for our generation. We are responsible for the next people coming up, these younger kids. Do your kids know your sister's kids? Do they kids? They should know that each other.
Everybody's supposed to be
Their
tied
cousins
in.
should grow up and be knowing, oh, my auntie live here, my auntie live there. If they don't know each other, call them on the phone. We got FaceTime.
Yeah, I try my best.
We got to do a little bit more as our generation coming up.
Put a little effort.
Yeah, we losing
Everybody don't want to call nobody. Everybody too cool.
Yeah.
They don't call me, nigga. I'm calling.
Yeah,
what's
like,
going on over there?
Because if you don't call, then what happened? Now
Come on,
nobody
man, you
called.
lose
Now 10
connection.
years have passed,
Nah,
and Grandpa
we-
in the hospital. Now we all meet for the
It's
funeral.
ugly. Yeah, that's how it go,
You
man.
feel me?
We trying to do better.
Like, we got to change the
gonna do
narrative.
better.
That's
We
all that
pulling up.
is.
I love my family.
Yeah.
I don't see y'all all the time.
Shout
but
out
I
to the
love y'all.
family. Yeah, shout out to the fam. Without family, we really would be nothing, to be honest. Our
Yeah.
friends and our family, they keep us going 24/7.
I love my family, baby. Nah, I'm just fucking with you. Before we get up out of here, I want you to shout out how do people get in touch with you, your websites, all that good
Yes.
stuff. And if you got a question for me and Cam, you can ask us a question, and then we're
All
going
right,
to get
cool.
on up out of here.
All right, well, you can get a hold of me at Instagram, JACQUIS _ SJACQUIS _ My business page is cork.inner.g, Cork Energy.
Clothing
Shout
page.
out. My clothing page is on pause right now. I am
Under construction.
Yeah, I'm doing a lot of stuff right now. I'm in motion. I'm in motion. Just know motion is happening. It's not at a standstill. Okay. But my brand is Ego. You can still look it up. It's still on IG. Ego, EGO, Energy, Gifts, Opportunities. And shout out to Model Mafia. That is my model agency, West Haven. Those are my agencies that I work with that keep me booked, keep me traveling.
Shout out to them.
Yes, definitely shout out to them.
be booked and traveling.
I definitely booked and
Hello.
travel. I work a lot. I'm an independent art contractor as well, so I do a lot of my own stuff. So shout out to myself for never giving up and
That
always
part.
keeping my head up. You feel me? And shout out to God. Like
The big homie.
never fails.
He
and
always
shows
on
up
time.
right on time.
Hello.
And you never gonna understand that until
You
you
step
really
out
be
there
in
on
there.
nothing and then end up on something.
Man, until you really just understand, like, yo, I used to be there. When you really start seeing
You
people
gotta look
progress.
back. You gotta look back.
Man,
The
well, you know
picture
what it
look
is?
back.
When you start really being proud that other people around you are succeeding even when you're not,
Hello.
then you really start sitting back realizing, like,
You can't get what you don't want for somebody else.
Exactly.
You can't be looking at a nigga hating on him and then say, God, but give me that though.
Yeah, because you know what? Because
That ain't how it
everybody's
work.
time is not today.
Come on, man.
Everybody's time is not today.
If it was 3 trees, it was apples, oranges, and plums. They not all gonna
Yes,
hatch.
yes.
You an apple, you can't be looking mad at the
Yes.
plums because it's their season. Because when they shit go out and it's your season, you
For
ain't
sure.
nobody gonna be mad at you.
For
You gotta
sure.
ball when it's your turn and be ready to
Be
chill when it ain't
patient.
your turn. Yeah, you gotta be like a little old spider on a web.
Yeah.
You feel me? When ain't no fly coming by, keep your web tight. So when the
Okay,
fly
okay.
land,
Come on, Spider-Man.
you locking them in. Spider-Man. That
Well, I
part.
don't know if I have a question for y'all, but I do have something I've recently learned that I could leave with y'all.
Come on, drop it on us.
I feel like everyone should start living an and or not lifestyle. You know
What
what
does
I'm
that
saying?
mean?
That means live your life with using the word and instead of or. So if you get up in the morning, you're like, damn, I got to do this or this, like, start thinking of, like, me, I can do this and this, getting more things done, getting things more accomplished, instead of thinking like, damn, I can only afford this or this. Hustle harder so you can make other things happen so you can get this and this.
Got you.
We stop living an
I'm on
or
that.
lifestyle.
I'm
You feel
getting
me?
it
Start
all.
living on an
That
and
part.
lifestyle, okay?
I'm on that. I didn't even know it. Now I know it. I'm telling you.
And not or.
They be like, which one you
Always.
want? I want all of them. Because why I'm going to be sitting up
Period.
there? I'm testing them all.
Period.
I want this
Yes.
and this.
Yes, I
Fuck,
want
I look
this
like
and
going
this.
home nervous,
Yes.
mad that I didn't get that
Yes,
one. They tell
we
me you
always
got
feel
the
like we
wrong
don't
one.
got choices. We always have a choice, and we
Yeah,
can
it's
always
the
have it
and,
all. We can
and it's
always
not
have
the
it all.
or.
Yes.
That part. You want to eat.
Always.
I was going to get a burger or a pancake. Man, I'm getting both of them.
Because why not? Why?
Why? Not why. Huh? Hello? That part. We gonna go up out of here on that note. Cam, hop up in that car and slide them on up out of here, man.
Y'all can tap in with me at COOLAZZCAM. Tap in with our website, www.theinnovativeculture.com. Follow us on Instagram at innovative.culture and the WB Morning Show. And subscribe to our YouTube at youtube.com/innovativeculture.
I appreciate you coming through.
Thank y'all for having me. Thank y'all.
Tell your good peoples to tell your good peoples to go on and subscribe, share, like. It's free. Hello.
Hello.
We out of here.
Thank you for the good bud, you know.
Hello. That
Cheers.
morning show gonna do what it do.
Okay.
That part.
Shout out to the morning show.
That part we gone.
All right.
Waking up, sunshine beams through the blinds. Young LA and cool as Cam on the grind. 10 a.m. hits, I'm tuning in for the fun. Spotify or YouTube, blowing up your mind. WB Morning Show, that's the spot. Fresh episodes every Monday, they hot. West Coast vibes, never miss a shot. Eating up the screen, they serving the plot. Look, hit that subscribe, punch that bell. New content dropping, can't you tell? Last for days, stories to swell. Morning shots, we under the spell.
Innovative.